I keep thinking about how the internet never forgets. That used to sound like a joke until I realized it's more like a haunting. Somewhere, my 2011 Facebook post about going to Taco Bell with the greater than three thing is just still out there, right next to your middle school selfies and everyone's first over-filtered Instagram brunch photo. All those tiny digital fossils, proof that once we existed in HD with questionable bangs. But lately, I've been wondering, if the internet never forgets, do we ever really die online? Because by 2050, experts say that there'll be more dead people on Facebook than living ones. So when we say content is forever, are we talking about posts or people? Parents and teachers used to say the internet is forever as a warning, like, don't post that, future you will regret it. But lately, it feels less like a warning and more like a prophecy. Our digital lives don't really end. They just stop getting updated. Somewhere, there's a dusty old data center quietly holding on to every post, selfie, and birthday reminder that we've ever made, even when we're gone, to the point to where nobody's left to untag us. And now we've got AI programs that can mimic someone's voice, chatbots that can text like your late grandpa, typos and all, and algorithms that keep replaying your TikToks long after you've logged off. So I guess the question isn't just what happens to our data after we die, it's what happens to us. Do we get to decide what parts of us stay online? Or are we already ghosts scrolling through our own afterlives? If the internet is forever, then somewhere my old Tumblr still thinks I believe in grunge aesthetic Jesus. There are middle school selfies of me with a flash so bright that I look like some sort of paranormal sighting. And let's not even touch on all of the tongue out mirror selfies. Half of my generation's digital footprint could double as evidence in a museum exhibit called Humanity Discovers Contrast Filters. And yet, we keep adding to it. Every new app is like, hey, want to build another archive that you just might regret later? And we all just keep saying yes. It's kind of comforting. Our weird digital footprints are proof that we were here, proof that we mattered enough to post a blurry brunch photo captioned, "Living my best life," when we clearly weren't. The internet has receipts for every phase we've ever had. The fandom wars, the MLM side hustle era, that haircut that you swore changed your life. And if that's not digital immortality, well, I don't know what is. Maybe that's what's both funny and a little sad about it. Our feeds are modern day diaries with better handwriting, and none of us remembers writing half of it. Whew, I got my kids a puppy, and now I spend most of the day protecting my kids from the puppy, so. Somewhere between all of those selfies and status updates, we've built the world's largest cemetery, and it lives in the cloud. Facebook alone has millions of memorialized accounts. Google lets you assign a digital heir, and entire startups now exist just to keep your posts alive after you're gone. There are AI replicas that can text your family, or deepfake videos that can say, "I miss you," long after you have stopped saying anything at all. It's haunting and maybe even a little dystopian sounding, but it's also human. We've always looked for ways to stay connected to the people that we lose. Letters, photographs, voicemails. The internet just gave us infinite storage for our grief. But here's the catch. When the past never fades, how do we make room for the living? Because maybe forgetting wasn't a glitch in the human design, maybe it was how we healed. There was a time when forgetting was easy. You moved cities, you changed your hair, you outgrew your MySpace top 8, and you just disappeared from it. But now nothing ever really fades. Our memories get timestamped, backed up, and resurfaced every year as on this day. It's like the internet keeps insisting that the past is still relevant even when we've healed, changed, or cringe deleted that entire era of ourselves. It's funny, every few months I get a notification showing me a version of myself that I've already outgrown. And it feels less like nostalgia, more like a jump scare or like being haunted by someone that I used to be. Especially when you've made some huge life and worldview changes over the course of your life like I have. We used to be able to reinvent ourselves, but now we have to drag our digital ghosts with us everywhere we go. And maybe that's why everyone feels so tired online. Because we're not just keeping up with the news feeds, we're keeping up with every past version of ourselves living rent-free in our own algorithms. Sometimes I scroll back through my old videos and feel like I'm watching a literal stranger. The hair, the voice, the way I tried so hard to sound certain. There are clips of me quoting Bible verses I don't believe anymore, projects that were meant to save people, and captions that sound like I was trying to convince myself more than anyone else. It's weird seeing your own transformation archived in 1080p. It's like watching your teenage diary be read aloud by like Alexa or Siri. But I can't bring myself to delete those old videos because those versions of me, awkward, devout, uncertain, they were all still real. They were trying, and I think there's something beautiful about that. That's the paradox of living online. You can outgrow who you were, but the evidence, it still exists. For better or worse, like proof that you changed. And that's what I want my digital legacy to be. Not a perfect highlight reel, just an honest record that I was still learning and still trying to do better. The internet can archive what we've done, but it can't capture who we were. It can't store all of the inside jokes, the smell of the kitchen while you filmed your first vlog, the people who laughed with you right before you hit upload. All of this, every post, every clip, it's just an echo. And I believe that's okay, because immortality isn't the goal. Being remembered rightly is. And that does start with how we live now, of course. It starts with how we show up, what we create, who we love, how we use this strange, endless archive to leave something behind that's meaningful and beautiful. So content really is forever, but so is the ripple of what we choose to make meaningful. If you like thinking about these quieter questions, the ones hiding under the noise, I write a newsletter called You Needed This. It's my little corner of the internet where we slow down, breathe a little, and remember that our worth isn't measured in views or posts, but in the lives that we touch. In it, I help you learn how to create rhythms of rest. I also help you reconnect with your values and your purpose. all in order to build and to dream again. We want you to make room to do those things. So if that sounds interesting to you at all, it's completely free to join. You can join down below. The link is always in the description. Because the internet might remember everything, but how we live now is what makes it worth remembering. So why don't you go do something meaningful? Like take a nap. You deserve it.